The first official reactions to the Fantastic Four first steps have officially dropped, and I gotta say, these are pretty amazing. You might even say they're spectacular, so let's get into all of them. Now, we'll get to the individual reviews from different people in a second, but as you can see, Variety here says that the Fantastic Four first reactions say that the film is one of the best things Marvel has ever made, with stunning visuals and excellent performances from the leading cast, because Marvel just held a screening of this film the other night. While nobody was allowed to give like their full in-depth reviews of the movie and a score from 1 through 10, everybody was allowed to give their thoughts on social media, which pretty much tells us all we need to know about the movie. I honestly prefer these sometimes over the full-length reviews because those get really spoilerly really fast. We're going to start off with this first reaction from Matt Neglia, who wrote on X that the Marvel tentpole lives up to the namesake of fantastic, hailing the film's excellent leading quartet and delightful retro-futuristic aesthetic. And he went on to say that combined with the director Matt Shakman's snappy, confident storytelling, this is an intriguing and satisfying first step for Marvel's new team, easily the best depiction of this quartet on screen to date as the MCU continues to regain control of the ship and steer it closer to Doomsday. This is a great sign that Kevin Feige and Marvel are kind of sticking to their word when they said they're retooling the MCU, kind of letting these directors tell their vision and stories more with less like interference and stuff, because both Thunderbolts and this movie seem to be really just the product of the director's visions instead of the studio being like, oh, you have to put this in the film. Brandon Davis said Fantastic Four First Steps is visually one of the best things Marvel has ever made. Parts feel like Interstellar and demand IMAX viewings. Galactus is awesome. Silver Surfer looks really, really good. The VFX were often immaculate. And he says, cosmically and on Earth, Matt Shakman dropped a visual feast. And very good stuff, because a lot of recent MCU movies just look very kind of dull and just gray. From this and a lot of the other reviews, it seems like this movie's really taking advantage of being in that alternate universe and that retro aesthetic that the movie's going for, which again is going to be really refreshing to see, it looks like. Shavera Duri, I hope I didn't butcher your name, but she's from People and she echoed the praise, writing on X that the Fantastic Four was breathtaking and gave nods to Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby's main performances in the film. I know a lot of people don't really trust a lot of these big publications and the people that work for them or these critics anymore, so I went on X to just find some regular people's review, and there's still lots of positives here. This is from Yoshi on Twitter, again just a regular person I found a random tweet of, who says that the Fantastic Four is an incredible movie. The first 60 minutes are fantastic, but in general the whole movie is honestly magical. If you go into this movie with your expectations high, prepare for your mind to still be blown. It's that good, and they say stay around for the end credit scene, which I think all of us Marvel fans are doing anyways at this point. Like, who's leaving the theater before the second post-credit scene? This review falls off the end by the end, so I'm not going to read that last sentence, but they say the Fantastic Four is a masterpiece. Again, they re-emphasize that the visual effects on the screen are a huge standout. Galactus is huge in IMAX, it's emotional and gives you hope, and I'll let you read the rest of this on your own. Fantastic Four is a triumph, a pitch-perfect script backed by great performances, particularly from Pedro Pascal. He turns what could be a simple superhero movie into a sharp commentary on our society that makes it nuanced, palatable for those that may not take it all in at face value. There were a few more reactions I found like this of people saying like, yeah, the movie actually has some really profound themes and stuff that it's exploring too. This person, Brian, said I came in tempered, but the Fantastic Four is truly a return to form for the MCU. The opening minutes blew my socks off in IMAX. Gardner, who plays the Silver Surfer, and Quinn, who plays Johnny Storm, if you didn't know, their work stood out to him the most. Galactus gives this film's real stakes, and his presence is felt even off screen. Incredible miniature work. Obviously they're referring to like the little miniature figures they use of like a Galactus figure stomping around a miniature New York City or something, and then they blow it up to be really huge. So this is great to hear that the movie's getting such great reviews and people praising stuff like actually the visuals and the script being great too, not just like, oh yeah, some fun action or stuff. Now we do have the first official tracking for the box office from Deadline. Now this is again just projections based on sales numbers and stuff. They say the movie they think is currently on pace to earn $100 to $110 million in its domestic box office opening weekend, which honestly is kind of low. Let me explain, because obviously $100 million in just the United States alone isn't bad, but that's like the same opening as Captain America Brave New World. This movie went on to only make $200 million domestically and only $400 million worldwide. I think if that happens to the Fantastic Four First Steps, the movie's honestly going to be considered a failure in Marvel's mind, but they will be happy that the movie's at least getting positive praise. But like Thunderbolts got amazing reviews too, and this made under $400 million worldwide, so I'm hoping the fact that the Fantastic Four are already more popular and famous characters, combined with the fact that the movie's getting praise, is going to make it actually be a big box office success. Now if you're wondering why you should care about the box office, it's because if a movie like this flops, it's a more self-contained story, a more artistic vision from the director, Marvel's probably going to see that this and the Thunderbolts underperform and be like, you know what, we're only going to make super team-up movies now, because that's simply what makes Marvel the most money. Like, these are the top 10 highest grossing superhero movies of all time. All of them besides Iron Man 3, Incredibles 2, and Black Panther are huge team-ups with tons of heroes. Hopefully these strong reviews are enough and the movie is a huge success. I'm really looking forward to it. If you want to hear about news about how the Fantastic Four is going to play a huge role in Avengers Doomsday and the Batman Part 3 getting confirmed, click the video above my head right now.